And here we are at Atlantic Canada's first Seafood Industry Innovation Summit at the wonderful Marine Institute in beautiful St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. I want to tell you, there's been a lot of wonderful conversations that have been had over the last couple of days. A genuine spirit of collaboration. People wanting to share best practices, tell what they're doing, how they're doing business differently so that we all don't have to reinvent the wheel here. We can share some ideas. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Yeah, I'm Paul Brett, Vice President, Memorial University, responsible for the Marine Institute. So I guess I do it all around here, and the fishing industry and the seafood industry is a big part of what we've done for the last 60 years as an institution.
Now, Memorial University, a great part of the fabric of this province, there's no doubt about it. The Marine Institute, even deeper, I would argue, the fabric that runs deep into the traditional industries of this place. Tell me a little bit about your vision for the Marine Institute as the Vice President of MUN.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head. Commitment to community and the sustaining industries that has sustained this province for centuries, and our commitment to those communities and the industries in them really is exemplified in a conference like this or a summit like this. You know, a lot of the processors and harvesters have worked with us for the 60 years we've been in existence, and they speak to our own sustainability. I think it is incumbent upon us to share ownership in sustaining communities in Newfoundland and Labrador. It's about our commitment to the province.
You know, one thing that I've really noticed here is that there is a genuine connection to industry here. There's no doubt about it. The academics, the technicians, the technologists, all that work here have come from the industry, are supporting the industry. They understand the importance of kind of sustaining both sides of this. It's a win-win equation.
Absolutely.
And I would even argue that the byproduct, to use one of the themes of the conference, is a real experiential learning opportunity for that next generation of students.
Well, without doubt, if you listen to some of the talks and some of the demonstrations in the last couple of days around byproducts or bioproducts, as the Centre for Aquaculture and Seafood Development have started to coin that term, the value in bioproduct development exceeds the value of what we have traditionally consumed as humans. But your point about that cycle of alumni, the industry, and a lot of the people that are in industry, senior people, they're perhaps alumni of this institution, and they understand, as we understand, that connection is so important to how we support the industry moving forward. What does the next generation of talent look like that will sustain these companies? So, we're looking at robotic filleting machines demoed here yesterday, and I know they're in operation in a lot of our partners' plants and facilities around the province. What does the technicians look like? What skill set do they need? And that's one part of how our academic programming at this institution works, getting that feedback from our academic partners and our industry partners to build responsive programming to support the industry.
It's pretty exciting to be on the cusp of this kind of stuff because let's talk about robotics for a second and the automation of this sector in general. It's hard to envision even 10 years from now what it's going to look like and what the academic requirements to bring people into that. Mm-hmm. It's an exciting time. It's just full of opportunity. For you, it must be great to look at all of the direction things are going, and you would have to have a fairly wide lens on this to understand where it's going and how you can fashion your academic offering to solve those challenges.
You think about something like machine vision or artificial intelligence, which machine vision is a part of the artificial intelligence world, and how it's being implemented in the robotics to identify crab and different defects in crab and different defects in maybe fillet and different pieces of the seafood world. As a youth looking to enter an industry, maybe the seafood processing industry, they may not know that there's an opportunity to use AI and machine learning and coding and computer science to be an integral part to that industry. I think that's incumbent upon us as an academic institution and on our industry to start to open youth's eyes into what the possibilities might be. So that sector is it's a flourishing sector. It's a very rewarding sector, and there are opportunities, lots of opportunities for not only graduates but startup companies who are designing new tech to help industries become sustainable and flourish.
You know, you hit the nail right on the head. Sometimes sectors are a little misunderstood from the outside looking in, but when you peel back the curtains, there's opportunity in there. It's incredible. As you just so rightly pointed out, fishing sector, about robotics and about designing computers and about artificial intelligence, and I would argue about making the world a better place by not disturbing the ocean floor and that environmental sensitivity that's so integral in keeping this alive. That all resonates with that next generation.
Without doubt, and thinking. I'm a little bit older than youth these days. My haircut tells me that, and the gray in my beard. But trying to understand what motivates youth in making career choices, I think you're absolutely right. Sustainability, environmental sustainability, is an important piece to motivators for many in entering careers. Sustainable fishing practices that do the best it can do to ensure minimizing bottom impacts. Smarter fishing that's very selective, and the technology from acoustics and mapping technology, it exists to make it a better, more sustainable fishery as we move forward. All those play into, again, the skill sets that people have and the drivers or draws they would have to those kind of industries.
Paul, in order to be successful, three big components need to work kind of well together, and I would argue that government, academia, and industry, those all need to come together to solve problems, and it must feel great to have your hand on the tiller of one of those, that being the academic piece. Tell me about the importance of that collaboration.
Well, that collaboration, with any one of the other two missing, it would fail.
Yeah.
It has to be partnership between industry, academia, and government. We're a publicly funded institution. We have a responsibility to our industry partners. We have a responsibility to the province and the youth, or even not the youth. Those who are retraining in different industries to come here. And that, for us, it's a special relationship. And I think the mission of this institution is around economic development for Newfoundlanders and Labradorians to take part in industries that are ocean facing. So that's, I guess, our driving mission, and it's special. It's special to me. It's a special place to work, and it makes you proud to come to work every day.
On that note, Paul, oftentimes when you walk into a place, you get a feeling, you get a vibe. You get that when you walk in the Marine Institute. Good things are happening here.
Absolutely.
There's no doubt about that. Everybody seems to be leaning into this conference as one, but just the general feeling in here that good things are happening. Tell me a little bit about the team here at the Marine Institute.
Team is second to none. Great people. Some with, just talked to a young lady in my office who's been here for 42 years, and some have been here for 42 days. The culture of the Institute, and I've been here for just over 23 years, the culture of the Institute is one of let's lean into it. Let's lean into it as a team, and you can see it shine when you see an event like this. So the students that were taking us on tour yesterday, the technicians and technologists working in the labs and shops in partnership with our industry partners, you could see the pride in every word they speak and about the work they're doing. Again, makes you proud to be here. And then you see it shine through in the classrooms when those people who are teaching in the classroom are connected with our industry partners and bring those real world experiences to the class, and it gives those students that extra motivation to say, you know what, there's great careers in the ocean industry, and I'm going to be part of that.
Well, listen, it doesn't happen without good leadership. So thank you very much for your leadership, and thanks for your service to this broader community that is Newfoundland and Labrador.
Thank you so much.